Welcome to This Explainer. Most of us just look at a calendar and see a totally ordinary grid of days, right? We check them off, plan our week, and just move on. But if you actually stop and drill down into one specific date across the vast sweep of history, it's like a giant puzzle of the human experience. Today, we're taking a thematic journey to see how the entirety of the human story, the triumphs, the tragedies, the creations, and the destruction, can be reflected in just a single 24-hour period. Let's kick this off with a bit of a brain teaser. How could an ancient Roman general, a modern American president, a beloved forest icon, and a legendary Olympic sprinter possibly be connected? I mean, on the surface, absolutely nothing. They're from entirely different eras, entirely different continents, and totally different realms of life. Well, the answer, which honestly just brilliantly illustrates how time overlaps, is that their defining moments all fall on exactly the same day, August 9. From bloody ancient battlefields to modern political scandals, and from the heights of athletic glory to the quiet creation of cultural icons, this one specific date acts like a strange temporal magnet for world-altering events. To keep things moving, we're going to break this explainer down into 4 chapters. 1. The fall of leaders. 2. Icons of architecture and culture. 3. Triumphs amidst adversity. And 4. A world forever altered. Chapter 1. The fall of leaders. Power shifts across time. Think about the sheer scale of the power shifts that have happened on this day. In 48 BC, during Caesar's civil war, you've got Julius Caesar decisively crushing Pompey at the Battle of Pharsalus. It forced Pompey to flee to Egypt and literally redirected the entire Roman world. Now, fast forward thousands of years to the exact same date, August 9, 1974. A totally different kind of collapse. Because of the Watergate scandal, Richard Nixon becomes the very first U.S. president to ever resign from office, handing the reins over to Gerald Ford. 2 incredibly massive shifts in leadership, millennia apart, both unfolding on August 9. Geopolitical collapse is kind of a hallmark of this date, actually. Take August 9, 378 AD, during the Gothic War. We're talking about the Battle of Adrianople. This wasn't just some minor skirmish. It was an absolute catastrophe. A huge Roman army got decisively defeated by the Visigoths. Emperor Valens was killed along with over half his men. It was a staggering blow that permanently altered the Roman Empire. So time and time again, August 9 serves as this wild fulcrum where world power just radically tips. Chapter 2. Icons of Architecture and Culture. Enduring Legacies. So, while empires were literally collapsing on some August 9ths, on others, people were planting the seeds for enduring marvels. Get this, construction on the Cathedral of Pisa's bell tower, which you definitely know as the Leaning Tower of Pisa, actually started on August 9, 1173. But it took a staggering 2 centuries to actually finish it. It's a brilliant reminder that while political power can vanish in a single day, true cultural landmarks take generations to build. And that creative spark on this day goes way beyond just architecture. Think about 1854, when philosopher Henry David Thoreau published his wildly influential memoir, Walden. Or decades later, August 9, 1892, when Thomas Edison scored a patent for a 2-way telegraph, a total game-changer for communication. Jump to 1944, and the U.S. Forest Service, teaming up with the Wartime Advertising Council, rolls out the very first posters of Smokey Bear. From philosophy to telecommunications to iconic conservation advertising, August 9th is just a massive launchpad for ideas that permeate our culture. Chapter 3. Triumphs Amidst Adversity. Human Resilience. Let's talk about the number 4. 4 Olympic gold medals. That is the legendary haul of Jesse Owens, who clinched his historic 4th victory at the Summer Olympics on August 9, 1936. Pulling that off in such a deeply charged, hostile political atmosphere makes his athletic dominance on that specific day one of the most powerful rebukes to prejudice in modern history. It is a moment of pure triumph etched right into the legacy of August 9. We see that exact same fiery resilience in the arts, too. On that same day, but in 1942, right in the thick of World War II, Dmitri Shostakovich premiered his 7th Symphony. But he didn't do it in some comfortable, glamorous concert hall. He premiered it to a defiant crowd right in the middle of a besieged Leningrad. Creating and performing soaring art in the middle of starvation and warfare, it's just a stunning testament to the incredible strength of the human spirit. Chapter 4. A World Forever Altered. Destruction and Shifts. We have to confront the heavier history here, too. The mid-20th century holds an incredibly dense cluster of world-altering events tied right to this exact date. Just look at how fast this moves. In 1944, the massive Vyborg-Petrozavodsk offensive ends in a stalemate. Exactly 1 year later, in 1945, the Red Army invades Japanese-occupied Manchuria, and on that very same day, the atomic bomb Fat Man is dropped on Nagasaki. Fast forward a bit to 1965, and Singapore gets expelled from Malaysia. Then 1971, Operation Demetrius is launched in Northern Ireland. We're talking about borders, geopolitical realities, and millions of human lives forever changed in just a matter of hours. To really put the human cost into perspective, let's look closer at the Nagasaki bombing on August 9, 1945. The explosion from the B-29 boxcar was absolutely devastating. 35,000 people were killed outright. And looking at the specific makeup of those immediate casualties, that included anywhere from 23,200 to 28,200 Japanese war workers, 2,000 Korean forced workers, and 150 Japanese soldiers. It's a deeply sobering fact, reminding us of the sheer scale of destruction tethered to this single day. And decades later, another massive shockwave hit on August 9, this time in Europe. In 1971, British authorities launched Operation Demetrius, which involved the mass arrest and internment, without trial, of individuals suspected of being affiliated with the Provisional Irish Republican Army. This dramatically escalated the troubles in Northern Ireland. It sparked mass riots, radically shifted the political landscape, and forced thousands of people to flee their homes. So what does this all mean for us? Well, stepping back from this whole journey through triumph, tragedy, culture, and power, it becomes incredibly clear that August 9th isn't just a day on the calendar. It's a profound reflection of everything humanity is capable of. History is an ongoing draft, and the ink is never dry. What you should really take away from this is a totally new perspective on time itself. As we look ahead, we're left with a pretty wild question. What future world-changing event, what new masterpiece, or what unimaginable shift is just waiting to be etched into this very date next? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning and keep looking closely at the history unfolding right in front of you.